All right, you guys, it is Monday morning, almost the middle of October. It's October 13th to be clear on what today is. I'm Tricia Turner. This is Rise and Thrive. Normally, there's a guest on the show. Normally, it comes on at 12 o'clock on Mondays. We haven't had a guest in the last couple of weeks because our schedule's been a little bit crazy. And the real estate industry is just as crazy, I think. So I'm coming on early today because we've got, again, a stacked schedule today, and I'm not going to get another opportunity. I want to talk to you guys about the real estate market. Number one, if you're a real estate agent, you need to pay attention. Number two, if you're a consumer, you need to pay attention. Everyone's always wondering, like, how's the market? That's always the question, and always the answer is, well, that depends. Are you looking to buy, sell, or invest, right? That's always the answer if you're an agent. The market that we're in today, you guys, if you're a consumer, I'll quickly touch on that. One of the best buying markets that we've seen in over a decade. So if you're out here and your time to buy right now is right now, you're insane if you're not making a move. We have more inventory than we've had on the market in probably since before 2019. Now we're in 2025. We went through a period there during COVID of no inventory. And I'm in the Houston market, in case you don't know. And I've been doing this for 22 years. Went through a period of no inventory in 2022. Then, of course, when interest rates changed in June of 2022, or sorry, no inventory was COVID. When interest rates changed in June of 2022, that's when we started building inventory because homes stopped selling, right? Went through that period. Now we're in October 2025. Homes are selling, guys. But guess what? We are literally sitting on so much equity for buyers, future equity. Okay. That's how y'all create wealth. Consumers, homeowners out there, it's when you buy right. When you buy, just like in the stock market, when you buy when stocks are low, right? And they're going to rebound, right? That's when you buy. That's when you make the most profit. The quickest money is in the gain, right? But the money made is in the buy. Same thing in the housing market. What we're sitting on right now is some of the biggest opportunities in the smile states, at least. If you look at the Texas market, if you look at the Florida market, both of those states are leading the nation in houses sitting on the market, homes failing to sell, price reductions. We have 40% of all listings have had price reductions now. A lot of these agents that are doing these price reductions and representing these buyers and sellers are unskilled and untrained. And that's unfortunate for the homeowners because there is a strategy to the price reductions. But these price reductions that you're seeing are warranted. And when you look at future pacing, like some of these homeowners, and I go on listing appointments all the time. I'm in them almost every day. When you talk to some of these homeowners, they're misconception is like, oh, I'm going to wait for the market to improve. I'm going to wait for my home to appreciate again. Well, I don't know what you're waiting for because that may not happen till 2027. Look at the historical data just from 2025 alone. If you're tracking the data, we started out doing price reductions in February. That was making the news. And if you weren't paying attention to the news, you wouldn't have seen it. But I do study this stuff like crazy. We started doing price reductions in February this year. That's unheard of. We don't normally do price reductions in February. That's normally when things are ramping up, right? To have an amazing season, which we did not have. We started doing price reductions in February. We've continued doing price. Now I'm talking about my market here in Houston. We've continued doing price reductions. You're going to have some pockets of continued growth, sustained growth, sustainability, where they like haven't depreciated and they haven't come down in value, but they haven't come up either at all. You're going to have some of those. You're also going to have some markets where homes are selling for $50, $100, $200,000 less than they were worth 18 months ago. If you're a buyer and you're not taking advantage of that, you're crazy. What you need to look at areas where home values have come down and why. Why have they come down? Talk to a local expert. That'd be us. Why have they come down in that area? There's historical data that's going to back that up. And what is it likely to do? Is it likely to rebound in 2027? Or is this the new market value? Keep in mind, homes over appreciated during COVID. Okay. We saw appreciation like we've never seen before. Now you're seeing the last 18 months, 12 months, things readjusting and things coming down like, your home's not actually worth that anymore. And it really never was worth that. The market just drove it up. Buyer demand drove it up. Okay. So amazing time to be a buyer right now. Absolutely incredible, especially in fourth quarter. New construction for the first time ever in areas where there is new construction. It's actually more affordable to buy a new construction home versus a resale home. So, you homeowners, if you've got your home on the market and there's new construction in your community or very close by, similar to yours, probably are going to have a hard time selling right now. That's just reality. Buyers, get with their real estate agent. Remember, there's many of them that are unskilled and untrained. It's critical that you work with an expert. Go to one of ours. We're with Real Estate of America. Ours are highly skilled and highly trained. Look at that. Sellers, what should you be doing right now? I, again, talk to sellers every single day, and there's this misconception like, oh, I'm going to wait for the spring because I know this winter fall market's no good. That's not true. We actually, especially with interest rates where they are right now, they're lower than they've been in the last 2 years. So housing affordability is higher right now. There's a million more buyers on the market once rates dip below 6.5%. So keep that in mind, sellers. Is it a good time to sell? Yes, if you're priced right and look good and you're not competing against new construction. If you're competing against new construction and you don't have to sell, you might want to wait until February to put your house on the market. Just saying. Again, talk to a local expert to make sure if it's a good time for you to sell or if you guys should be waiting until the spring. Then when you look at like right now, mid-October, we typically don't start slowing down and for the holidays until like mid-December. So you'll see things stop at that point naturally for Christmas, but get out of the idea that homes aren't selling in the fall and the winter. They do. There's a lot of people that base their home buying power on fourth quarter because they get a bonus. They get added to their salaries. There's a lot of money that a lot of people acquire at the fourth quarter. Business owners sometimes write themselves a bonus if they're showing too much profit. So keep that in mind when you're thinking that people are not out buying in fourth quarter. They are. Also, homes are on sale fourth quarter. So best time to buy new construction, fourth quarter. So all of those things align. Pricing. Pricing is critical, critical, critical. We're putting listings on the market every single week. We have listings stacked on our board right now that'll hit this week, next week, every week they hit. They only hit on Thursdays. So watch our listings. They're priced right though. We're not testing the market. We're not going to be like, oh, well, maybe we can get this because Joe Blow's house 3 doors down did. Well, guess what? Joe Blow's house probably had a pool, looked amazing, and was priced right. Don't think you can price like that if you don't look like that and aren't the same. You've got to look amazing. People don't want to buy a piece of crap. They don't want to buy a fixer-upper. Buyers don't want it. They don't want to take the time. They don't want to spend the money, and they don't they don't have the patience for it. So stop thinking you can put your home on the market with green walls and freaking disgusting carpet. It's not going to sell. People, there's too much inventory. There's too many options. They're going to go out there and find something that doesn't need all that work, especially if they're going to buy new construction. They don't need your house. They don't want your house. Keep that in mind. Where should you price? You need to, number one, be with a local expert so you know what your home is worth. And here's what I'm teaching. Our agents are going to go in. They're going to, number one, know this is what your home is worth. Yes, this is the actual value of your home. However, in today's market, this is what it's likely to sell for. Totally different number. And then the third thing is, so this is where we're going to list it at. 3 different numbers you're going to see. Your value, what it's likely to sell for, and where we're going to put it as a listing. What is that value at? And why? Why are we going to price it at this? Okay. So as a local expert, you need to know these things. What is that home worth? What's it likely to sell for? And what do you need to list it at? It's a strategy. Okay. If you're a homeowner, stop thinking you're going to get a full price offer. Stop thinking you're going to walk away with this certain amount. Know that right now in the Houston market, homes are selling in most areas for 95% of what they're listed for. That's just the facts. That's what the data shows. In the last 90 days, homes are selling for 95% of what they're listed for. Knowing that, if you put your house on the market for $400,000, it should sell for 95% of that. That is not your walkaway though. So many homeowners get this misconception in their mind. They're like, My home is worth 400,000. I'm going to sell it for 400,000. And if you owe 300,000, your math is like, I'll have $100,000 to go put down on a house. Not true. There's costs affiliated with selling your house. You have real estate costs, the money paid to real estate agents. That's a fee. You have title company. You have appraisals, whether you're buyer or sell. You have all surveys. There's costs affiliated with selling and buying a home, period. So understand those costs. Look at those costs beforehand so that you know how to make a good informed decision when you're buying and you're selling. And if your agent is not highly skilled and highly trained, you're not going to have the right information. So make sure you're with an expert. Real estate agents, this is for you. Okay, when you look at what's happened in the real estate market since mid 2022, and especially in the last 18 months, where things have really come to a head, you're seeing expenses getting cut because sale volume is down, transaction count is down, all things relative, right? You're seeing independent brokerages go out of business, or they're getting merged with a big brokerage, a global or a nationwide brokerage, because that's the right thing to do. Number one, independent brokerages are not profitable, and nor are they good for the consumer nor the agent. They're old school, they're outdated, and they can't do anything forward thinking for the agent, most of them. So you're seeing a lot of them get scooped up, and a lot of them wanting, like Save Me, to go join where they have a better chance of being sustainable in this industry as we continue to evolve and go into who knows what kind of industry in the next 12 months. You see artificial intelligence all over the place, and they say artificial intelligence is the next biggest, or is as big as when the internet first came out. Like, what's the freaking internet? That's AI, right? So we haven't even seen what is going to come and will continue to come with flying cars and all of that stuff, right? What will that do to the real estate agent as a whole? I still believe that the relationship is going to be human to human. Expert, you're going to have to be an expert. Number one, you're going to have to know how to run value. You're going to know how to talk to sellers. You're going to have great resources. You're going to have all of these things. But what will happen if you keep your head in the sand as a real estate agent, or you remain with a company that's not forward thinking? You remain with one of these old school companies that you just pay dues to every month. They don't bring you any training. They don't bring you any freaking value just because they think they have a big name. They think that's their added resource for you, but it's not. Like, that's not going to get you anywhere in the grand scheme of things. In fact, keeping your head in the sand and keeping affiliated with somebody that's not forward thinking is likely going to keep you out of business as we continue to move forward. What should you be doing if you're a real estate agent in order to stay not just relevant, but thrive? Because we're here to rise and thrive, right? Not just rise and survive. So what should you be doing? You should be working on your skills every freaking day. You should be working on your mindset every day. You need to understand the market. You need to know what homes are selling for. You need to know what the ratios are. You need to know how long they're taking to sell. You need to know how much money it's costing to get them to sell. You need to know all of these things so that you can go talk to homeowners, because you should be focusing on listings. Yes, you can work with buyers as long as you can, and you can stay in this game, and some of the big conglomerates don't kick you out of this game, but you need to be working on listings. You need to know how to work with your past clients, how to stay in front of your database so that they don't call the next person that ends up on their wherever, and they're like, oh, look at this shiny new agent, right? They need to stay with you. You need to be top of mind with them. How do you do that? Skill set, number one. Marketing, number two, you better be spending money on marketing. You better be using the tactics that we teach to get in front of new homeowners, to stay in front of your database, to do all of these things. There's not many real estate companies that teach this stuff, or they'll plug you into a video library and be like, here, watch this video for the latest training on this, and here, watch this video. And it's like, we all have that, right? We have it too. We've created it. It's there for you to sit up at 2:00 in the morning and watch that and think you're going to get trained. And some people can function like that. Most people need to be in the face, hearing the same message over and over and over and over. It isn't a one and done. You hear the message and the training one time, you're like, light bulb moment. Now I got it. I know how to go out and get listings. I know how to go out and use artificial intelligence. I know how to work my database. No, you literally should be sharpening your skills every single day, every opportunity that you can get. So that leads me to my final point. My final point is this. I have been doing this for 22 years. I was a lender for 6 years from 2004 to 2010. I went through the mortgage industry crash in 8, 9, and 10. Also went through a divorce during that time, amassed over $100,000 in credit card debt, had 3 little kids, needed to take care of them. How the hell am I going to do that, right? Had to be laser focused on my schedule, laser focused on working my face off to be able to support them because I wasn't going to go start a new career. I'm in real estate. This is what I do. Well, guess what? I'm still doing it. I went and got my broker's license. I have built a business. I have built businesses. I run a team with Realty of America. I'm one of the Texas growth leaders with Realty of America. I am obsessed with training. It brings me great fulfillment and warms my heart because no one did it for me. No one said, hey, why don't you try this? Hey, do this. Hey, call this lead. No one ever did that. I had to figure it out on my own, which I did, obviously. Now I'm obsessed with studying the market. And I'm in the trenches. So it's not like, oh, these things don't work. I do them. I'm teaching them to our company and to our team within Realty of America. And I will continue to do this because it's needed. It's required. I raised my hand and I said, I will do it. And I will, because to whom much is given, much is required. And I don't want you guys as real estate agents to ever go without or ever not know how to not only take care of your family, but take them to Disney World, take them to great places, buy them houses, like do all amazing things with your family and yourself because you're here for a reason. You're here to live an abundant life. You're chosen for greatness. I'm chosen for greatness. Together we will have it. And it's much easier if I can help you get there. And I don't care what company you're with. I know if you're with some of these big companies, you think you're getting training. You're not. They don't teach you jack crap. Some of their training is the same training they've been teaching for 20 years. It's old school, outdated, and doesn't work. Or they teach you how to be a cheerleader. And it's like, you know what? Let's actually teach you how to sell houses. So because of this passion that I have inside and for training, I've pulled together some of my close friends and I developed Power Agent Playbook. Power Agent Playbook is free for every real estate agent, team leader, broker, whoever you are. It will teach you everything. I'm going to teach the listing segment because that's what I specialize in. I'm going to teach you how to find sellers today. And I'm also going to teach you how to find sellers, future sellers in a matter of 20 minutes. And it's all done for base. You're going to learn how to work with buyers and where to find investors, whether you want to start flipping homes, however you want to work. We're going to show you how to do that using social media, of course. And we're going to show you how to structure your day. All of that in a 2-hour segment. And we're going to feed you lunch. And we do it every month. We do it on the third Wednesday of every month. Power Agent Playbook. See the ticker below? It is the poweragentplaybook.com. You can go register for free. We are only going to have one more. We've got one this Wednesday. It is in the Woodlands in an awesome space there. Again, we've got lunch being provided. It's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Open to all agents. You guys just show up. Everyone that comes to our Power Agent Playbook leaves there and they're like, I've never seen anyone teach that stuff. No kidding. That's why we developed it. And we continue to develop and we continue to bring it to you guys. So thepoweragentplaybook.com. This Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., we will do one more this year, which will be in November. And then, of course, we're taking December off because we've got a big event for you guys in January that we'll talk about at another time. Thepoweragentplaybook.com. Come check it out. You know what, even if you're not in real estate and you're a consumer and you're thinking about getting your real estate license, number one, great. As long as you partner with the right people that are going to train you, you'll make it. Otherwise, you won't. The failure rate in real estate, it's been 89% forever. I actually think it's like 92% of people fail in that first 2 years because 70% of agents aren't even selling houses right now. So go figure. thepoweragentplaybook.com. See you guys Wednesday. If you're coming, it's not online. It's not Zoom. It's in person in the Woodlands. I'm Tricia Turner. Reach out to me if you want to know more about thepoweragentplaybook.com. Reach out to me if you want to come join us and build the greatest real estate company in America for sure I'm looking for people to partner with in all areas of the world because we want to take Power Agent Playbook. No, we don't want to. We're going to take Power Agent Playbook on the road to an area near you. And we'd love for you to be part of it because if you've got value and you want to teach and train agents and how to thrive, not just survive, then we're looking for you. We're looking for you to become part of what we're building because it's beautiful and it's wonderful. Have an amazing day, you guys. Finish October strong. Buyers, get out there and buy a stinking house. Sellers, it's still a great time to sell as long as you're priced right and look amazing. And real estate agents, come and get highly trained this Wednesday at thepoweragentplaybook.com. Bye, guys.